In our search for the perfect, most efficient home, we've become obsessed with high-tech gadgets and space-age foams. But what if I told you the smartest solution isn't some new invention? What if it's an ancient secret hiding right under our feet? Let's dig into this paradox.
You've heard it a million times, right? We've all been sold this one simple idea. A comfortable, energy-efficient home is all about insulation. The higher the R value, the better. You gotta seal every crack, wrap your house in a thick blanket, and trap all that air inside. It's become the absolute gospel of modern construction.
Okay, but if that's the whole story, how do you explain this? For thousands of years, almost half the world's population has lived in homes made of nothing more than earth. We're talking the scorching deserts of Africa to the freezing plains of North America. And these super simple structures kept people comfortable without using a single watt of electricity. It just doesn't add up, right? It's a paradox that seems to fly in the face of everything we think we know.
And get this isn't just some old folktale. A really detailed study in South Australia found that people living in rammed earth homes used about 50% less energy for heating and cooling than the regional average. 50%! Let that sink in for a second. That's a massive saving, coming just from the walls themselves. So what on earth is their secret? Well, the answer lies in a fundamental law of physics that modern building has kind of ignored. We've become so focused on one strategy that we've forgotten there's another, completely different way to think about heat. So on one side, you have insulation. Think of it exactly like a winter coat. Its whole job is to resist heat from moving, to keep your body heat in and the cold out. It's a barrier, plain and simple. But then you have this other thing, thermal mass. And this is less like a coat and more like a huge stone that's been soaking up the sun all day. It doesn't resist heat, it breathes it in. It absorbs and stores it. This amazing ability is called thermal mass, and it is the absolute superstar in these earthen homes. Materials like packed earth, stone, or even concrete have incredibly high thermal mass. You can think of them as literally a thermal battery, charging up with heat when there's plenty of it, and then slowly releasing it later when you actually need it.
Okay, so a thermal battery sounds pretty cool in theory, but how powerful is it in the real world? I mean, really, can a wall made of mud actually replace a modern furnace and an air conditioner?
The potential is, honestly, it's pretty astonishing. An architectural researcher named Gus Van Beek discovered that a properly designed earthen home in most parts of the US can keep its indoor temperature from swinging more than about 6 to 8 degrees Fahrenheit all year long. And here's the kicker, with no central heating or AC.
Now that sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? A stable, comfy temperature inside, basically powered by just the sun and the earth. You have to wonder, does that claim really hold up when you look at the cold hard data, especially during a brutal heat wave or a deep freeze? Well, the data shows us exactly what happens. This graph comes from that Australian study where summer temps could get up to a blistering 106 degrees Fahrenheit. See that jagged red line jumping all over the place? That's the wild temperature roller coaster happening outside. And look at that beautiful, nearly flat blue line. That, my friends, is the temperature inside the rammed earth house. While the outside world is going crazy, the inside stays incredibly calm and stable. So here's how it works. It's actually genius in its simplicity. During the blazing hot day, those thick, dense walls are just constantly soaking up the sun's heat. But they do it so slowly that the warmth never actually makes it to the inside of the house. Then, when the cool night air rolls in, the walls start to radiate all that stored heat back outside, essentially resetting that thermal battery for the next day. They're like a massive natural buffer, just smoothing out the extremes.
But, and this is important, this isn't just magic. You can't just pile up a bunch of dirt and expect your house to be perfect. There's another critical piece of the puzzle that makes this whole system fire on all cylinders.
And here's the detail that changes everything. That thermal battery we keep talking about, as powerful as it is, it's pretty much useless if you don't have a smart way to charge it and discharge it. You see, thermal mass isn't a solo act. It needs a design partner. And that partner is called passive solar design. It's this ancient art, really, of shaping and pointing a building to work with the sun, not against it. The goal is super simple. You want to let the low winter sun pour in to charge up your thermal battery with free heat, and you want to block the high summer sun to keep the house from overheating.
It really just boils down to 3 basic rules. Okay, rule number 1. Face your main living areas and most of your windows toward the sun. That's south if you are in the northern hemisphere. Rule 2. Use a lot of glass on that sun-facing side. You want that winter sunlight to stream deep into the house and warm up your floors and walls. And rule 3. Use perfectly designed roof overhangs that completely block that high, hot summer sun, but are just right to let the low winter sun sneak in underneath. You know, what you don't do is just as important. For example, avoid putting big windows on the north side. They don't get any direct sun, so they just leak heat all winter. Skylights can also be a real problem. They can turn your house into an oven in the summer and act like a chimney, sucking heat out in the winter. It's a complete system, you see. Every single part has to work together. So when you combine these 2 incredible ideas, the massive thermal battery of earthen walls and the brilliant engine of passive solar design, you get a home that basically regulates its own temperature with mind-boggling efficiency. And this really shows that the best solution isn't always some complicated factory-made product. It's about having a deep understanding of the material right under our feet. You know, good building soil isn't just random dirt. It's a very specific recipe. You're looking for about 70 to 80% sand, with the rest being just the right amount of silt and clay to bind it all together. It's basically geology as architecture. All right, so let's wrap this up. What are the big takeaways? First, we learned that these ancient homes achieve incredible comfort using thermal mass, which acts like a giant thermal battery. Second, this battery works by absorbing and storing heat, which is totally different from insulation that just resists it. Third, and this is key, you unlock its true power by pairing it with smart passive solar design. And finally, all this ancient wisdom gives us an amazing blueprint for building incredibly sustainable and comfortable modern homes. It leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? In our relentless race for future tech and the smart home, have we accidentally forgotten some of the most simple, powerful lessons from our past? Maybe the smartest home isn't the one with the most advanced computer chip, but the one that remembers how to live in harmony with the sun and the earth.
Thanks for watching. Support BioVellum by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Let's explore the secrets of nature together.